Captain on the bridge.
Alright, Captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we will be on our 4th video for our First Contact Day series. But before we get into this video, Captains, do us a favor, like it, also subscribe here to the YouTube bridge if you are new, as we're always on the lookout for like-minded Captains where we can share our love, our passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now, with that said, here we go. Now, Captains, we have been doing this First Contact Day series, and we are having a blast. It's getting us a chance to bring out ships that we have mothballed for a bit, that has been in dry dock, collecting space dust. So these are always things that we try to do here to keep us engaged, see what I did there, in the game. So we're going to put up the YouTube blog here quickly. But as you can see, Captains, we are 3 videos in. This will be the 4th. So the first we did the Oberth, then we did the Miranda class, and then of course the Soyuz class. And all these ships were involved in the battle for Sector 001 in First Contact, which actually has my favorite pew pew scene in Star Trek. Now, the next one up, of course, is the Nebula class, and it is the USS Endeavour. Now, this particular ship we've seen, and the first time I saw it, I thought it was just a very cutified galaxy. But we're going to read here a little bit. The Nebula class was present in several major Federation engagements against the BERG, including the Battle of Wolf 359 and the Battle of Sector 001, which is what we're doing right now. Kind of a tribute because it was the battle in First Contact. Now, there is a shot here of the Nebula class in that, which is this little shot right here, and this is all we have to go off by in terms of what it fired. But we know that the standard Nebula class would have photon torpedoes and, of course, phasers. So, of course, this is not going to be too far from that. That said, let's get into game. Talk about the ship here. Now, I lovingly, and I did actually name it the USS Endeavour here, I do lovingly call this the Battle Pancake. Why? Because it's pretty flat. And I've always loved the sensor pods here. This is not my favorite one. Star Trek Online has one for the Magellan class, which it's still triangular, but it just seems more aggressive to me. But this does have photon torpedo launchers fore and aft. And of course, in the picture, it was showing that it was firing here from the secondary hull. But it is essentially a Galaxy class, and they just sort of took out the neck and added a pod to it. Flipped around themselves, and Nebby's your baby. So again, keep in mind, Captains, that whenever we do these builds, of course, they're just for fun. And they showcase just sort of the things that I do here that keep me engaged in Star Trek Online. But this is why I share, of course, like I mentioned in the intro, our love and passion, because this is not meant to teach, but just meant to share, like I mentioned. So what we're going to do is get into the build, the weapons, space set, consoles, traits, stations, the DOFs, and then take it into a Cure Advance. So without further ado, here we go. Again, the USS Endeavour, I am using the Terran Monitor Miracle Worker Carrier. This was actually from the 13th anniversary bundle that just released recently. Now, again, as I mentioned, these builds will be pretty much similar to here and there, and I'll just kind of try to do the best I can to kind of make them different from each other, from one another. But the real purpose of it is really just to kind of get that on-screen accuracy. And of course, we go through the build because in case you are new here, Captains, of course, welcome. We always try to let them know where we get these, and or at least show what we're using, because the most important thing is you synergize your build and also synergize it for the gameplay that you play. And of course, this is what we do on a nightly basis, and this gets us through our nightly pew-pews. So we'll start here. 4 weapons. I cannot not use this weapon here. The Gravimetric Photon Torpedo, one of my favorite torpedoes. This is, of course, from your Dyson rep. We're going to use the Advanced Fleet Photon Torpedo, which comes from your Fleet Starbase. We rolled, of course, to crit DM damage 4. And we're going to use this bad boy, the Elite Fleet Janur Photon Torpedo Launcher, which comes from your Fleet Colony. Space set. We're going to be using the Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter Deflector from your Fleet Colony as well. The Prevailing Innovated Impulse Engines from your Competition rep. The Mycelial Harmonic Matter Antimatter Core, and the Tilly's Review pending modified shield. This actually comes from your Discovery rep. This is a 2-piece, so this gives you a bonus here of plus 120% hull regen, which helps keep our hull up as best as possible. After weapons is what we have here. Trilithium Enhanced Omnidirectional Phaser Beam, which I got from the exchange a long time ago, but of course re-rolled. Omnidirectional Phaser Beam here. This actually is the Trilithium Enhanced is a reward from the Nexus featured episode, or episode I should say. Omnidirectional Phaser Beam Array, this I got from the exchange. This is the one I got from the exchange. Reroll to crit DM damage 3. Prolonged Engagement Photon Torpedo. I do keep this in the aft, and you will see this a lot in the aft of my builds, because when you are broadsiding there, when you're side to side to your target, it will fire because it has a 180-degree targeting arc. But I got this from an event reward, but you can still get this from your Phoenix Prize Pack. Very rare token, I believe is what it is. Our devices here, we got a energy candy. We got a couple of energy candy. It's okay. 2 will be fine. But it gives us plus 30% bonus projectile damage for 20 seconds. Kobayashi Maru Transponder for its buff goodness. And we're going to use a subspace field modulator for some damage resistance rating. Onto our consoles here. So this is a Miracle Worker ship, so it has universal console here. Lorca's Custom Fire Control. This gives us a flat-out 3.9% crit chance, but also 157.5 Starship Shield pen. This comes from your Discovery rep, so a very, very good console there. Next up, Dynamic Power Receiver Module, or DPRM, from your Atlas, aka Prototype Dreadnought, for its 11.3 all damage resistance rating. It also helps our beams there for plus 90% directed energy damage. It's a great oh crap clicky, because for 20 seconds you get plus 40% bonus damage when your hull is above 80%, and plus 100 bonus damage resistance rating, plus 500% hull regen. And you can get that ship, the Atlas, from the event campaign, if you so choose. Next up, the Point Defense Bombardment Warhead from your NX, any version of the NX. Gives us 25% projectile damage and a cute 1% critical chance, but of course, the bonus gives us plus 33% phaser damage for directed energy weapons, so it's going to help our beams in the back there as much as possible. Next, we're going to use another one of our staple ones now. Experimental Power Redirection from the Excelsior 2.0 from Star Trek Picard, which you can now get also from your event campaign. 19.9% increased energy damage, 13.3 Starship Weapon Amplification, improves critical hit severity, but it also is, say it with me, a symphony of beam overload fa. Just a beautiful, beautiful visual. I don't mind this visual spam, to be honest with you. And it helps my immersion. That's the important part. The Ordnance Accelerator, which is from your Gamma rep. Of course, it gives us the 26.3 projectile weapon damage and 26.3 as well phaser energy damage. So something that is helping us greatly and immensely. Ferrofluid Hydraulic Assembly is from your Terran rep for the minus 0.5 second share torpedo recharge time. Next up, the Swarmer Matrix. I just got this off the exchange, but it gives us plus 30% turn speed, flight speed, and damage for your hangar pets and targetable torpedoes, which the gravimetric torpedo does fire off. And we have to be careful with that gravimetric torpedo. Hopefully I don't kill myself. But also plus 50 projectile weapon training, so more projectile training, torpedoes, goodness. The binaural infusion circuits from your low-buy store for its flat-out 26.2 crit severity, but it also gives us Starship hull capacity. We're going to use this console here we get from the episode Surface Tension. The Counter Command Multi-Conduit Energy Relay. It gives us 17.2% phaser damage, but also 34.4 photon projectile weapon damage, which we are packing definitely on this build. So I thought it'd be nice to kind of use that. Another low-buy console that I don't use a lot, but I'm going to use it now, the Tachyokinetic Converter. Gives us flight turn rate of 39.4%, but also 1.3 crit chance and 13.1% crit severity. nothing to sneeze at. Great console still. And of course our emulating phaser lines, which we're going to use as our beam overload, or my reason for my beam overload as well. 15.8% phaser damage, but also gives us a little 43.8 Starship Shield pen. And then to round it off, the vulnerability locator for torpedo for a 2% crit chance and 34.5% torpedo weapon damage. Now, this does come with hanger pets or hanger bays. I'm not going to use them because just like the Bozeman and the sort of Reliant build that we did there, the Miranda build, I should say, we didn't see any hanger pets there. So we're going to go with that theme. So I'm a little bit behind on the 8-ball with the performance of this ship again, but again, keep in mind this is fun and we're going for a theme here. So with that said, our stats, of course, are at 42.4% crit chance and 191.4% crit severity. Our pen endeavors are helping us, our personal endeavors, because we got ranked to 600. Now I know I can go to 750, but we were doing fine before. We're doing fine now. So next up, our skill tree here. Nothing different at all. Same one I've been using for years. So 8 in Eng, 10 in Psi, and 28 in TAC. There's captains if you need to look at it. You can pause the video right there. Traits, this is what we did. So a good day to die, adaptive offense, kinetic precision, into the breach, superior projectile training, resonating payload modification, unconventional systems, Terran targeting systems, intelligence agent attaché, and the Boimler effect. Starship traits gave me a chance to use one of my favorite traits, the Assault Formation Theta. When I use Attack Pattern Omega, it gives me a high yield 3, which made me giddy when I discovered I could use it on stream last night, as of this video. Next up is the Entwine Takedown Matrices for our back-to-back torp spreads. Ceaseless Momentum, Universal Designs, and Subspatial Warheads. Space Rep, nothing different from our torpedo build, so Omega Kinetic Shearing, Advanced Targeting Systems, Torpedo Pre-Fire Sequence, Precision, and Tyler's Duality. And this is the one that helps us give an additional 4.9% crit chance, and it is based on our hull capacity. Active Space Reputation, Anti-Time Antagonist Singularity, Biomolecular Shield Generator, Deploy Sensor Interface Platform, Quantum Singular Manipulation, and Refractory Tetron Cascade. Stations, this is what we got left, right, top to bottom. Heisenberg Amplifier, Cannon Scatter Volley, Recursive Shearing. Now again, I don't have any cannons here, but this helps us since we're using the trait ETM. When we activate Cannon Scatter Volley, we get an additional torpedo spread. And we use it in conjunction with FA, Fire Beam at Will. So this is where I got a little giddy. This is where I have my back-to-back, not only my back-to-back torp spreads, but my back-to-back high yields. So I do have high yield 2, which fires off 3 torpedoes, which is very, very canon. And then of course, why I said I'm using Assault Formation Theta, when I use Attack Pattern Omega, I get a high yield 3. So 2 back-to-back torp spreads, 2 back-to-back high yields. Absolutely wonderful and beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry. Immersive Powered Engines. Destabilized Warp Core. This visual is awesome. I love using this as much as I can. It's a pretty explosion. Jam Targeting Sensors. Delayed Overload Cascade for big booms. And Mixed Armament Synergy 3. Tractor Beam. This is a very Federation thing to do. Star Trek thing. And Scramble Sensors. Of course, I forgot to mention here, specialization-wise, my apologies, we're just still using Intel primary and temporal secondary. Now to our dupes, This is what we did. 2 on the ground helping us in space, Neil Falconer, which is also in First Contact. increased damage versus the BERG. And then Elder Malikatan, space increased damage versus all. And for actual space, I don't know why those are wiggling. Wiggle a little bit, wiggle a little bit. And the captains who are on the Twitch bridge know which sound command that is. So energy weapon officer, we're using one of this because we do have energy weapons. Gives us a chance to stack crit severity when we fire energy weapons. 2 projectile weapons officers. They're going to give us a chance to stack crit severity when we fire our projectiles. Delirene for increased damage versus the BERG. And to round it off, yes, we're going to still use Brad Bowman. I know I can use another projectile officer, but just having them there just feels good. And of course, toxic clouds from torpedoes, because yes, why not? So there is the build. Captains, we're going to take this into Cure Advanced, and of course what we're going to do, just like in our previous videos, is go to the left side, take that left dock station out. On the way to the right station, clear out the ships heading towards the Kang. Take out the right station, and take out the remaining ships, and then take out the dock, and then finish off the TFO. Objective, of course, is to finish this TFO, but also protect the Kang. All right, so here we go. Let's take this in, see how this angry battle pancake does, the USS Endeavor, as our tribute to first contact day. So again, Cure Advance. You can get through this solo, you should do fine. And again, captains, just keep in mind, as I've always said in any of the videos, this is just for my fun, my immersion, and this is what I share with you captains when we're ever here on the YouTube bridge, because this keeps us engaged. You know, we have a lot of fun doing this stuff, especially when we get a chance. Oh, a server not responding. That is awesome. That is awesome. We might actually even get booted out in this vid. Look at that. That's pretty, you know, if we do, this would be hilarious. This would be absolutely hilarious. And there we go. We're keeping this in. We're showing the features. We're showing there's been so many problems here in Star Trek Online. Invalid user. Oh, geez. We're gonna try again. We're keeping this. We're keeping this. We're showing the beautiful features here, Star Trek Online, and you know how to deal with it. We just be patient. We just be patient. We are just patient with this. As it takes, maybe it'll take us into the Cure. Who knows? Redirecting. Please wait. Oh, look at that. I think it is actually taking us into the Cure. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it is. See? There you go. We just had to wait a couple more seconds, but we're still getting taken into our main objective here with the pew-pews. Now, the servers have been pretty bad. Like I said, we're just keeping in. I know it does make other people upset, but really, we just be patient, and we will get to our pew-pews. And when we get to our pew-pews, we're going to get revenge on the BERG. The battle pancake, indeed, will get its revenge. So let's do this. I don't know why I'll have to respawn. I didn't die yet, but hopefully we didn't. Here we go. Oh, geez, it's taking us in already. All right. Yeah, we'll do this as best as we can. Take out this. Keep our distance. Redirecting arrays. Take that out. There goes a cube. Take out that raptor there. Take out these ships first. We'll circle back if we need to. Take that out. Oh, where are you going? Where are you going? Okay, again, let's skedaddle over here. Take these out as best as we can. Okay, now we have the ships here attacking the Kang. We're going to, again, protect it as best as we can here. There's my high yields. Yes! Yes! See, look at that. Beam Overload Fa Symphony. Okay, the Kang's taking some damage, but again, we're going to try to get rid of these. Get rid of this. Ooh, oh. Well, she's not dead yet, so that's the important part. These BERG weren't messing around today. But that's okay. It's just an optional. That's fine. We're still going to get through the TFO just fine. I guarantee you. And it's kind of fun, you know, when you're actually a single ship against a BERG. Really, really fun. Kind of also gives me a gauge and idea of how my builds do. If I can take out the board cubes in the docking stations, even though these regen nanite probes are still there. Get rid of this sphere because this is gonna bother me here. And again, even with the optional fail, you still get this done. What else here? Borg Raptor. Come on, take rid of you. Look at all those photon torpedoes firing. Beautiful. Go over here, because there are Negvars heading over towards it. That'll take care of itself. Take care of this Negvar. Both these Negvars. Again, it is like 75%, but it's still alive. We still are keeping the Kang alive here. See, that gravimetric torpedo will kill me if I'm like anywhere near it. Tor spread again. There you go. Let's get rid of this cube now. Oh, a little herky-jerky because of the server performance. That's fine. Use that. Take out the cube. There she goes. Like I said, as long as we can take out the Borg cube on a lonely ship with our build here, we're doing pretty good. Oh, we're taking you out. Oh, get away. Oh, what did I say? What did I say about the Tor? Okay, so another Neb. We're going to keep this in here. We're going to keep this in here because we're still going to be able to finish the TFO, no problem. All right. So that was my fault. I thought I was farther enough away. So yeah, when you're using the gravimetric torpedo, just be careful. Don't do what I do and like always try to be close to targets. I love being... The 5 clicks, you should be fine. We have more Negvars here? Alright, let's take care of them. Very laggy today. So that gravimetric torpedo was my fault. I just said 2. He's a very stubborn Borg today, but we're going to fight through this. We're going to fight through this. Oh god. Keep away. Keep away. I'll take care of that. Take care of this lonely one heading towards the Kang. The metric device firing. There's our torp spreads. Saving my buffs. Usually, and this is what I try to do is save my buffs. I know I could activate more of my buffs, but there you go. Kang, get out of here. Get out of here. It is pretty laggy. Oh, nanite probe. Nanite probe. Nanite probe doing there. Take care of that. Circle around here. We're going to attack it from behind. Jeez, it's very laggy. Even though my internet connection is pretty good. Action here. Alright, let's take this out. All of our buffs. Best as we can. Oh, wow, look at that lag. Lose our last energy can or torpedo candy here. take out, of course, the... Ah! Jeez. Wow! The lag here is real. That's okay. We're doing fine. We're still going to be able to finish this. We've protected the Kang. The Battle Neb is coming back with a vengeance to take care of this. Come here. Come here. There you go. Take care of that. There you go. And done. A little longer than what we normally do, but, you know, the Battle Pancake still did good. Now, again, I knew I was going to get a little bit of lesser performance on this because I didn't have Hanger Bays on it. But, regardless, like I mentioned, this is just for fun. This is our tribute. And look at that, Shelfie. Yes, I just took a Shelfie. To our first Contact Day ships. So, and there you go. That is how the Nebula did. I'm pretty sure I could have done better if it wasn't laggy, but I exploded myself. What's new? Captains who've been here on the YouTube bridge, you know that that has happened more than once, and we don't mind, because at the end of the day, this is the game. We're here for the fun, for the immersion, for things Star Trek. So that is our fourth video in this first Contact Day series. We exploded twice, but we were still able to finish the mission, which is the most important part. So captains, there you go. The next video up is coming. We're going to work on that. Hopefully we can get that and keep this rolling on a daily basis so we can just have fun with this as we normally do on the bridge. So do us a favor, like the video, comment below, let us know if this is your favorite sort of Nebula or which class you use here in Star Trek Online. And of course, subscribe here to the YouTube bridge, and we will leave it actually on this note.
Live long and prosper.